Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to Coach Cruise. I'm your host, Brad. For anybody that's new to the channel, I know we have a lot of returners here. So great to have you. And anyway, yeah, there is going to be a little debate tonight. And I'm not talking about that debate, I'm talking about the debate with you all because we're going to have some interaction here in which I'm going to pose some debatable decisions that you could make on a cruise ship and then decide. Which is the best option. And if you would like to be so kind as to put your reasoning why your argument, I'm trying to fix the camera here. Sorry about that. I guess that's a little bit better. It's always cut off a little bit, but she'll be all right. So yeah, that's what we got going on today. I thought it would be a fun little topic. I already have 10 things written down here. And, yeah, like I said, I think it'll be a lot of fun. So let's get into it. But before we do, I want to acknowledge last week was crazy. And I know some of you are probably saying, like, hey, I thought you shaved. And I did. This is just 1 week. So I forgot to mention, and the person that I kind of made the bet with remind me of this. I had agreed to keep my goatee for a month, and it was only like 2 weeks. So I'm going to grow this thing. It'll be on next week's show, and then after that, the show after that, it will be gone. It will be gone by that point. So trust me, that will get shaved. Now, another thing, if you missed last week's show, it was crazy. It was insane. It was probably the most insane show we've ever had. And in my intoxicated stupor, I guess you could say, I agreed. Yes, I am saying this out loud. I agreed to have my back waxed live on the channel. So some of you are probably tuning in wondering, is this going to happen tonight? When is this going to happen? So the next cruise I have is a Thanksgiving cruise. And I'm thinking I'm going to do it then, and then also give people time to advertise the show and all that other stuff. Make sure everybody that wants to see it live will see it live. I'm guessing it'll be one of the most viewed shows that we've had on Coach Cruise. And it'll be fun for you all seeing me scream in pain. Now, I did already talk to, I don't even know what the person is called. Maybe somebody could put in the comments what the person is called that does waxing. Waxologist. I don't know, but I have a lady. I have had my back waxed before because I do have a hairy back, unfortunately. So this won't be my first time. Thankfully, I know the pain that I'm going to receive, and drinking helps a little bit. So we'll get into that. But last week, like I said, the super chats were coming fast and furious. Zoe has drawn blood. I don't know if you can see that. She's literally scratched my arm already up to the point of drawing blood because she is wanting some treats. So for those of you new to the channel, she usually sits by my side and she's hoping somebody does a $10 super chat so she can get one of these little puppies. In the meantime, I have little things like little tiny pieces of cheese and stuff that I give her to kind of hold off until those moments arrive. But last week, we got through a couple, gave away a couple T-shirts, or at least one T-shirt before we got those massive super chats. And yeah, Crystal was a winner, and I got to take care of her. So Crystal, if Crystal Sparkle is here, make sure you reach out to me. And then, okay, Aaron got it. Esthetician. Did I pronounce that correct? I hope I did. And then CLTV won a second shirt. And then that's Cruise Life TV, which I think is here today. I know Carnival Cruise Addicts is here, and we'll say hi to everybody in a second. And then so we are only on number one. Kevin B did a $10 super chat toward the end of the show, and he was 92 through 100, and then number one. So we're starting a whole new super chat thing. If somebody does a $15 more super chat, you get a treat for Zoe and a treat for me. And there's not much left. This was, I think, mostly full last week, but the show was crazy. So I did bring a backup of Old Trace if by some chance we go through the rest of that. All right. So let me say hi to everybody because a lot of you have checked in. So I want to, oh, wow, there's a lot of comments here. Okay. Kevin B, the very Kevin B that I just mentioned, was the gold medal winner today. Then we have admin Mike Anthony getting the silver medal, and then Cruise Nets checking in once again with the bronze. And then Mike had a few comments for everybody there. Then we had Cheryl G. That is Tim's wife, for those people that didn't know out there. And then Aaron is here once again. Good to see you. Sean is here. Frankie Floyd is here. Once again, good to see you, Frankie. Back. And let's see. The screen just jumped for some reason. Yoli is here. Yoli's going on that New Year's Eve cruise, her and Andrew. Mandy is back. Good to see you, Mandy. Ken Pascal is here. Good to see you, Ken. K-Deb is here. I saw your thing on Facebook responding to the show. So I did see that, and I know you're looking forward to the other debate after this as well. Adventures with Uncle Dave is here. Good to see you, as always, Uncle Dave. Liz from Carnival Cruise Addicts is saying hi to me and hi to everyone. There's Admin Tim, and Admin Tim is saying hi to Adventures with Uncle Dave. And Tim, I have your loud cup. It's sitting on my table. I'm just waiting to send some other stuff off. So I did not forget about it. Will G is here once again. Great to see you, Will G. And we have Crystal Vanover back. Good to see you, Crystal. Fireball Steve, there he is. Haven't seen you as much lately, but always great when we do, Fireball Steve. Let's see. There's a lot of messages from you. I like it. I'm trying to get through. Okay, Marjorie is here once again. Great to see you, Marjorie. Jason Cool is here once again. We have Laura on Facebook. San Martin Burke. Laura San Martin Burke. Great to see you. And Controversial Cruising is working late. That is Scott from Controversial Cruising. And look at that. We got Adventures with Uncle Dave hooking Zoe up with their first treat. So let me write Uncle Dave here down first. Uncle Dave, you are numbers 2 through 11, right after Kevin there. And we got the treat. And so high five for Uncle Dave. There you go. And what do you say? She said, thank you. I won't make her bark again because sometimes she gets super loud. So thank you, Adventures with Uncle Dave. I appreciate that. Cheers to you. And I think we caught up with all the comments. We have a goatee fan in the house. Joanne says, good to see the goatee back. And that was, I tell you what, that's one of the most split decisions we've had on the Coach Cruise show is whether you like the goatee or you didn't like it. And then there's some people that really didn't like it, so much so that I was given a sizable amount of super chat to shave this puppy off, and it will be coming off again. To be honest with you, for me, it's not. I mean, I like doing it for a little change every now and then, but it's not something I'm in love with, and then it gets itchy and grows and all that other stuff. So, like I said, it's probably not something I'm going to keep or grow back anytime soon once I shave it off after next week. But, like I said, I had promised to do it, so I'm going to do it. And then you might see it in the future again. So I'm glad some of you all like it. And for those of you that don't, I apologize. I won't be on that long. Okay, so how's this debate going to work? I need you all to put in the comments, and like I say, your argument for why your choice is your choice. That's what we're looking for, because if you got anybody in a debate, right, they can't just say, well, I like this, right? You got to say you like this, and why is this the better choice? Okay, so it's kind of like a glorified or amped up, pimped out, would you rather kind of question. Okay, so we're going to start with an easy one just so everybody kind of understands here. Now, if you're on a cruise for 7 days, I realize you could go to one of these 4 times and the other one 3 times and, be very happy with that. And you might be very happy with both of these decisions. But let's say you're on an odd numbered cruise. Which of these 2 are you going to go to the most and what is your reasoning why that you like this the most. So it's either Guy's Burgers or Blue Iguana Tacos. That is your choice, viewers. And Admin Tim's really good about this. He might even keep track of the votes. So, like I said, if you want to be superhero viewer today, put your reasoning why you're choosing Guy's Burgers or Blue Iguana Tacos. If you don't want to go to that much work, just go ahead and throw burgers or tacos down and we'll know what you mean. But if you have a reason why you like one of those more, that would be even better. Okay. Well, we got a lot of votes coming in, which is always cool here. Let's see. Did I miss any? No. Okay, so Frankie Floyd was first with tacos, then Mandy tacos. So that's 2. Aaron tacos. And K-Dub. Guys is in kids. Okay, wow. Is that the first 4? Yeah, the first 4 people tacos. 5. Mike Anthony. Okay, so it's 5-1. Crystal is the first Guy's Burgers. Then Liz, Blue Iguana. That's 6. So 6-1. Fireball Steve says Guys. That's 6-2. Laura says I'm more Blue Iguana. Okay, so 7-2. And then Cheryl is saying Guy's Burgers. I love the combo with fries. Blue Iguana is only so-so. So that's 7-3. So far, early in the voting, we have tacos in the lead, 7-3. Adventures with Uncle Dave says, can I do both? Because I'm a fat ass and like to eat. Yeah, you know, I've partaked in both as well. I'm just saying, like, if you can only choose one, which is going to be your favorite of the 2. So certainly, which line are you going to get in first? Because it's, you know, the better choice or whatever. Okay, so the odds are even up. It was 7-3, and look, we got 2 guys jumping in. So it's 7-3, 7-4, 7-5 now. And I guess a half a vote for each from Uncle Dave, unless he chooses one side or the other. So that's Adventures Uncle Dave says tacos for sure. So that makes it 8-5. All right, so if 13 votes, and there's 33 people online now, we got 13 votes. So some of y'all aren't chipping in. Maybe you're listening and driving or whatever. So I appreciate however you're watching the show. And while I mentioned that, if you could hit that like button on the show, if you haven't already done that, that would be super cool as well. Scott from Controversial Cruises puts another vote for Guys. Diane says, I agree about Guys. So my choice is Blue Iguana. Yeah. All right. So I think tacos are winning out. The thing that's good about tacos, I will give you my vote too. Guy's Burgers, to me, the quality has gone down a little bit. I love Guy's Burgers. It's very good. Don't get me wrong. I just feel like the level of, I don't know. I mean, somebody whoever said it's a little inconsistent sometimes, you know, I think I can agree with that. And, oh, I forgot my other lights. As if you all want to see me more. Yeah, I think, but the tacos, they have all those different toppings. And then not only that, but you can get your choice of chicken or beef or, let's see, chicken, beef, fish, and pork. All right. So you have like 4 different flavors that you can get for your tacos. So I like to get one of each. And, you know, I usually get 3 tacos. I load them up with the cilantro and the lime and the sour cream and the cheese and all that good stuff. And yeah, that's just my choice. Look at this, though. We have Joanne jumping in, getting both myself and Zoe a treat with a $20 super chat. Let's put that on the screen. She says, give my Zoe a treat. Yeah, you know what, Joanne, you could. There's some days I feel like, okay, you want her, you could take her. No, she's been a lot better, but I tell you, as a young pup, she was a little hellion. Okay, so you are numbers 12 through 31, and let me get my shot, which is if Fireball Steve is still here. I still have Fireball Steve shot glass that he gave me with Coach Cruise on it, Cruising Family. That was New Year's Eve 2022, and it says Coach Cruise. I don't know if you can see that through the light, but trust me, it says Coach Cruise on there. And Joanne, I will do my shot first. Then we'll take care of Zoe. So first shot of the night, courtesy of Joanne. Thank you, Joanne. Four Roses is pretty good bourbon. All right, now it's your turn, Zoe. So high five for Joanne. And what do you say to Joanne? Yes, you do. You say thank you. All right. Thank you, Joanne. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. And let's keep rolling along here. Okay, yeah. So Tacos wins. It was a close start, close finish, but Tacos won the first round there. So here's one. I don't think I've ever asked this question. I know I've asked, well, maybe I have. Maybe I have. We've done a lot of shows, so maybe this question has come up before, but I don't know if I've pitted these two against each other. All right. Violin trio. Everybody loves the violin trio, right? Even if you don't like, more instrumental music or whatever, there's something relaxing. There's something very nice about the violin trio, right? I mean, sometimes they're playing cover songs, sometimes they're playing classical music or whatever. It's not something that I like listen to on the radio or whatever, but when I go on a cruise, I really enjoy the violin trio. Now, that being said, I have the violin, I can't speak now. I have the violin trio going against a live band. So we're talking about a really good violin trio or a really good band. All right. And you can only choose one. You got 20 minutes before the comedy show or the playlist production that you're going to go to. You got 20 minutes. So you don't have time to do both. All right. And they're both playing. What are you going to go see, the live band or the violin trio? That is your selection. All right. I see 2 votes out at the gate. We have K-Deb and Bless Nettie. Hello, Bless Nettie, by the way. And I think I saw, T-Boat on the Go is here as well. I just saw your name. Let me go. And I thought I saw a couple other people. Ocean Travel. Bruce, I don't know if you're doing your show tonight with the other debate coming up. But yeah, hello to you and T-Boat on the Go, as I mentioned. Bruce from Ocean Travel. Bless Nettie is here, like I said. So we have 3 in a row. K-Deb, Bless Nettie, and Admin Tim all doing the trio. And then Will G's the first with the band. So that makes it 3-1. Mike Anthony says band all the way. That makes it 3-2. Liz makes it 4-2 by picking violin trio. Cheryl makes it 5-2. Frankie Floyd makes it 5-3 by picking the band. Jason comes with them, the band. That makes it 5-4. Yoli puts one back up on the trio side, 6-4. Crystal Vanover makes it 6-5. And then Aaron ties it up and says band, making it 6-6. The Truth to the Body Natural Design, welcome to the show. And they break the tie, picking the trio. So that makes it 7-6. Bruce from Ocean Travel makes it 8-6 trio. Ken brings the band back, makes it 8-7. Mandy makes it 9-7 trio. Joanne says, love the violins. Hard choice. Bands are playing all the time. You have to catch the violins. They aren't playing all the time. Okay, so I think that's 9-6 now, right? I lost my count there. Adventures with Uncle Dave, violin, always great. So 10. Seaside Adventures with Mommy and Me, welcome to the show. I loved when the trio played the theme for Games of Throw. Trio all the way. Diane McDonald brings the band back a little bit closer. T-Boat on the Go does emojis with violins playing the trio violins. Very, very creative there. I like that. So I think the trio has it, and Min Tim has confirmed it, and Min Tim keeps track of this type of thing. So you can believe it, Min Tim, when he says it. All right, so that was a close one, and I certainly can't go wrong with the live band. And I have seen some great live bands on Carnival ships, and yeah, I mean, if anybody said live band over trio, I certainly can't fault you for that. But the trio is something different, so it's unique, and I mean, it's just not something you hear every day, see every day. You can listen to, obviously music on the radio that's more traditional with the live band is playing and stuff, so like that. So yeah, I think I'm with you on that. Kevin B is back. He was the gold medal winner, I think, today. And now he's back on. Good to see you. And Kimberly Lavelle. Just put the band with brass and violin and make it epic. Yeah, there you go. I like that idea. All right. So I think we're ready for another one. Let me take a drink, though. I got to wash down that shot. Okay. So we're moving on to number 3. All right. I already know there's one vote for this first one. Okay. This is a tough choice for some people. I feel like the second option is going to win. And I don't know if this is a fair debate because I don't know. We're just going to see. This is the first time I've pitted these two up against each other in a would you rather. This is going to be a tough choice. I'm interested to see how this goes because one has live music, one does not. Both have alcohol. All right. One has entertainment, but you could argue that both have entertainment, especially depending upon the bartenders. So we are going, and you can put your reasoning why. We are going Piano Bar versus the Alchemy Bar. The Piano Bar versus the Alchemy Bar. Now, you can have alcohol at both. It's not like you go to the piano bar and you're only listening to music. So you can still get alcohol at the piano bar. Or you can go to the Alchemy Bar, and most of you know the types of things and the entertainment that you get there. All right. So let's see what everybody has to say, because I know we have some big piano bar lovers watching Coach Cruz. So Kevin jumps out right away and starts us off with the piano bar. Jason ties it up. Then Mike breaks the tie, making it Alchemy 2-1. But then Ocean to Ocean ties it back up 2-2. T-Bode makes it 3-2 piano, 4-2 piano with Uncle Dave. Mandy says 5-2 piano bar, especially with Eden Parker. Tim G 6-2 in favor of the piano. Frankie Floyd says make that 6-3. K-Deb says piano bar with Keith. Oh my God, Keith. I would pick piano bar over Alchemy. As hard as that is for me to say. Keith is amazing. I cannot agree with you more on that, K-Deb. Yes. Mike is trying to vote 3 times. He must be from Chicago. So I forget. I think we're 7-4. Tim, you have to help me here. I think it's 7-4 in favor of piano bar. 7-5. Fireball Steve puts one more for Alchemy. So 8-5 piano. 8-6 with Ken's vote. 8-7 with Joanne's vote. 8-8 with Yoli's vote. Seaside Adventures make it 9-8. Look at Alchemy on a rampage. Kimberly Lovell makes it 10-8. Liz from Carnival Cruise Addicts makes it 11-8. Then Aaron says piano bar all day, music and interactive. Plus, I can get a beer. So that makes it, what did I say? 11-9. Will G says Alchemy 12-9. Tough choice, but I'll choose piano bar 12-10. And Crystal Vanover, I think, makes 13-10. Tim is the official counter. Crystal, did we count your vote yet? No. Okay, so if Crystal, yeah, I think Crystal's made it 13. Tim says it'd been Tim, and he's the official counter. He does this much better than I do it. He says Alchemy has it. So that was tight. That was tight. Mike's never been to the piano bar. Well, Mike, you are missing out, especially if the piano bar person is good. Now, I've been to a couple ships where the piano bar player was, they were so-so. If you have a really good piano bar person, I mean, it's amazing. K-Deb mentioned Keith Retson. I didn't even know what his last name was. Keith. Keith was freaking amazing. I mean, they were supposed to close at like midnight or something like that. He kept the piano bar open till like 2:33 a.m. People, we were in there buying shots for each other and stuff like that. The people watching, there was probably like only a dozen of us at that point, because probably everybody thought, like, if they knew the piano bar was still open, they probably would have rushed over there. But I mean, it was supposed to have been closed, but he just kept on playing. And the bartender, I forget his name, another cool guy, but he kept the bar open too. So, I mean, the drinks were flowing. I mean, the piano bar was going. Keith was rocking the keys. I mean, it was great. He's awesome. So yes, K-Dub says, I love Keith. And she is not wrong. He is amazing. I love him too. All right. Well, that was a fun one. So let's move on. This one's not going to be as fun, but it could be as debatable. All right. So you have a choice of a playlist production. Just assume it's a really good playlist production or one that you haven't seen that you want to see, or stand-up comedy. So just put, if you want to explain why, great, even better. If you just want to put, the name, put either playlist or comedy. So playlist or comedy. Lauren is chiming in that Ben the Piano Man was awesome. I don't think I've had Ben, but thank you for that comment. I'm sure Ben appreciates it. Okay. So again, Tim counts all this stuff for us. That's why he's the amazing admin that he is. So Kevin B starts us off with stand-up, then playlist from Tim. That's 1-to-1. Mike makes it 2-to-1 stand-up. Liz makes it 3-to-1 stand-up. Frankie makes it 4-to-1 stand-up. Mandy makes it 5-to-1 stand-up. K-Dub 6-to-1. Crystal 7-to-1. Lauren 8-to-1. Cheryl 8-to-2 with the playlist. Ken 8-to-3 with the playlist. Aaron says comedy. That makes it 9-to-3. Fireball Steve makes it 9-to-4. T-Boat on the Go makes it 9-to-5. Deborah makes it 9-to-6. Yoli makes it 10-to-6 all day, every day, she says. Seaside Adventures makes it 10-to-7. Will G makes it 11-to-7. Blessed Nettie makes it 11-to-8. Diane makes it 11-to-9. Okay, so 11-to-9, I may have miscounted there. I start counting and then with the alcohol swirling in my head. So if there's a couple more people that want to vote that haven't chimed in on what you would rather go to, comedy or a theater production, Broadway type show, playlist production, throw it in the comments. Otherwise, Tim, was my count right? Did stand-up comedy win by 2 votes? I counted 11-to-9. Okay, well, that would be another vote with Jason. That would be 12-to-9 if that's the case. If I counted right, that is. Comedy has it, Tim says. That is the final vote or the final verdict. All right. So I like these. I like these because they're close. They are close. I'm trying to keep my arm away from Zoe because she's not getting a treat here. So she's scratching me up more. Oh, I got to vote too. Well, you know what? I will vote if I break the tie, K-Deb, but let's see. I'll tell you what, if it's a playlist production that I've seen more than once, then for sure, I will go to stand-up comedy, unless it's something like Celestial Strings. I was just talking with somebody about this. I believe it was Aaron, actually. We were just talking about this. And Celestial Strings, I could go watch that like every cruise. I mean, that's one of my favorite productions. There's some other really good productions I've enjoyed, like Voodoo Moon on the Celebration. What's another one? I mean, a lot of people like the Circus Show. Or no, I'm sorry, Voodoo Moon is on the Mardi Gras. And then what's another one on the Mardi Gras? Oh, Love in Vegas. Love in Vegas is really, really good on the Mardi Gras and Voodoo Moon. I like both of those shows. I would go see those shows again. And like I said, Celestial Strings. But if other shows that I've seen more than once, I'm probably going to do stand-up comedy. So like Thanksgiving, I might go see Celestial Strings again. But the other shows I've seen so many times now, it's just kind of like, well, I mean, maybe if it's like one of those things, sometimes you go see the comedians night one or whatever, and they're like, oh God, they're not that funny at all. Then I'd go to the theater. But if I hadn't seen the comedy yet and seen the comedian or whatever, and to know how funny they are, then yeah, I'll go check that out. Frankie Floyd says Voodoo Moon is great. No, come back. She's trying to eat her whole bowl of treats here. Um, Kevin says anything worth on the celebration. I mean, the Magnificent Circus is so popular that they show it like 5 different times, Kevin. They show Celestial Strings. Color My World is on the main theater. That's really good. I'm trying to think. Those are a couple of the highlighted ones that I would say definitely go check out. T-Boat on the Go says the cast and the legend was amazing. They did Studio VIP and Epic Rock. So good. Yeah, some of those rock shows, with a lot of cover songs and things like that. I forget which one has the girl and they pull the flag out behind her and all that other stuff. That's a really cool part. What's another one that I like? It's not Vintage Pop. Vintage Pop, one of the coolest scenes in Vintage Pop. Those of you that have seen that show, there's a scene in there where the woman's standing up on some stairs or something, and it looks like she has this gigantic red feathery dress or whatever. It's not a feathery dress. It's everybody holding these fans, and then they have the light shining on them that it's red, and it just makes it look like she's in this gigantic dress. And then the feathery fans part, and she walks down and does some little seductive song, and they all start singing and stuff. But that's a really cool scene too. So Jason is agreeing, says Vintage Pop was good. Yep. All right, so let's go on to the next one. Now, some of you may be surprised by this, but I will give you my vote on this. I've mentioned that a particular ship might be my favorite ship a few times. So here's your debate here. XL class. So the XL class is the Celebration, the Mardi Gras, and now the Jubilee, versus the Vista class, which is the Vista, the Carnival Horizon, and the Carnival Panorama. Obviously, the XL class has the bigger ships and the amenities that go with them. The Vista class is still a very big ship, but not near the size of the XL class. The question is, which of those two ships do you prefer? Which class of ships do you prefer? If everything is equal, the cost is the same, everything else, what would you rather go on? So pick either Vista or XL. All right. So Mike starts us off with Vista. That's 1 for Vista. Bruce, Ocean to Ocean, XL. So that's 1-1. Will G, Vista, XL. Okay, so 3-2. Fireball Steve, Havana on the Horizon. So that's Vista. 4-2 Vista. 5-2 Vista with Kevin. Cheryl, 6-2 Vista. Ken Pasco, 6-3 goes XL. Let's see. Liz makes it 6-4 from Carnival Cruise Addicts. K Deb makes it 7-4 with Vista. Joanne, love the Horizon Vista class and not a fan of the huge ships. Okay, that makes it 8. I don't know. Tim is going to have to give us the final verdict, but I think it's 9-4 now with Diane and Vista. Jason says I've only been on the Vista class, going on to XL next December, so he hasn't been able to make up his mind on that because he hasn't gone yet. I think that makes 9-5 or 9-6 with Mandy picking the XL. T-Boat on the Go, let's say 9-7. Yoli, if I'm being honest, I like the Conquest class. Well, that's another question. Tim is differing from Cheryl there. Okay, we got an in-house debate there. Let's see. Crystal Vanover says XL, and Mike says Yoli, you may be right. Seaside Adventures with Mommy and Me says Vista, the Horizon. Okay, I think the Vista wins. So Tim will let us know for sure. He's really good at counting this stuff up. So I think the Vista class beats out the XL class. And if it does, I will say that I agree. The Horizon is my favorite ship. The more that I've been on it now, it's just the right size. I like Guy's Pig and Anchor Bar over Red Frog Pub. I think that's a nice touch with the Horizon. I know the Vista has the pub, but I'd prefer the Guys, for the bourbons and things like that, and the different food options that you can get. So that part I like. It's just, I don't know. I just think the XL class could be a little bit too big, a little too overwhelming. The Vista class ships are a little more navigable. Um, and I don't know. I think I got to side with the Vista class on that. But I mean, don't get me wrong. I love the XL class too. I'm super looking forward to March and the first time I do a whole cruise on the Jubilee. I have been on the Jubilee one day for a VIP event, but not for an entire cruise. And I've been on the Celebration. I've been on the Mardi Gras multiple times. So the XL class is definitely awesome. Don't get me wrong, but I will give my thumbs up to the Vista class. And a big thing that Vista class has that's superior and much better than the XL class is their Havana area. The XL class has a Havana area that is very mellow, very subdued, whatever. It's off to the side of the ship. And it's just like, you know what? But on the Vista class, it is a party at the back of the ship. You have a nice big pool. You have the bar right there. You have a couple really big hot tubs, plenty of seating everywhere. So that is where the tiebreaker goes for me. If you get back in the Havana area, it's Vista class all the way. And look at that. We have a new super chat. We have the Detroit Fitness Nerd back once again. And Detroit Fitness Nerd, I'm wondering if you're a big Lion fan. I might have asked you this, but Detroit Fitness Nerd says Havana Cabana on the horizon is by far the best. And I can't say they're wrong. I mean, that the Havana area back there, I'm telling you, it just takes the cruise to a different level. So Detroit Fitness Nerd, you are numbers 32 and 33. We are 67 away from giving away a shirt. So if we get 67 more dollars in super chats tonight, we will do a drawing for a shirt. Let me take a drink while I'm thinking about it. Erin is helping out with the count. She's another admin for us, our only female admin. Tim says it might be a tie. And then Erin says, by my count, Vista wins unless my count is off. We might have to do a recount. But it's close. So just know that there are a lot of lovers out there of both ships. My vote, did you guys count my vote? Because if my vote, I'm going with Vista class. Okay. Number 6. This is my 6th one. Now, here's where it gets tough. I'm putting the XL class and the Vista class together versus the Dream class, the Conquest class, and the Spirit class. All right, you get those 3 classes of ships versus the XL and Vista. All right, so just put, let's use, put the letter X and L or Dream. All right, and then we'll just include the Dream, Spirit, and Conquest class. So you get all 3 of those class ships if you'd prefer to go on any one of those 3 versus the XL or the Vista class, which would be your choice. All right, so we have Mike with Dream. Liz says Spirit, so that's 2 for the Dream. 2-1, Kevin B goes XL Vista. 3-1, because we get a vote from Liz. K-Deb says, okay, 4-1. Now 4-2 with Ken's vote. And I'm going to let Tim and Aaron do the counting here because Joanne says, where's Zoe? And wash this one down. All right, so we will do just that. Zoe, where are you? You've been called upon. You have been called upon for another treat. Let's start you off with a little hot dog bite while you wait for me to pour my shot. And this time, we'll take care of Zoe first before I do the shot. But Joanne, let me write you down once again. And now we're getting way closer to giving away that shirt today. So you are numbers 34 through 53. So we are only 47 away from giving away a shirt today. And here is Zoe's next treat. High five for Joanne once again. And what do you say to her? She says, thank you. And thank you. And here is my treat, Joanne. Thank you so much for that. I am seeing a lot of XLs in the comments. Yoli, though, says, my vote is the Conquest class. And then XL, Mike says right on. I think he was responding to Yoli because he had picked Conquest. And then it's XL, 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 XL. So I think the XL is going to win this one. But thank you, everybody, for voting there. And Joanne, thank you once again for that very kind super chat. All right, so let's move on. Oh, I like this one. I like the food ones. I got another food one for you. Ooh, the question after this food one is a doozy. And if you want to abstain from voting, I don't blame you. I would abstain if I was offered the one after this one, that is. But this one now is a food one. So Cucina de Capitano, right? That is on a lot of ships now. Like if there's some very small ships that might only have the steakhouse, but if it's any kind of ship that's any kind of size at all, it'll have at least a Cucina on it. Not necessarily, anything beyond the Cucina steakhouse, but most every one of them has a Cucina and a steakhouse. Now, with the exception of the XL class, Cucina actually cost money. So if you're going on the Vista class, it's going to cost you $24, for example. But you get a better quality meal, like better options and things like that. It's not like it's $24 on one thing and then they're giving you the same menu for free on the XL class. It doesn't work that way. But you do get some of the same offerings. So it's a pretty good deal on the XL class when you can eat at Cucina for free. But how about the steakhouse? Let's say we're on a Vista class ship. So we're on either the Vista, the Carnival Horizon, or the Carnival Panorama. Now, you can go to the steakhouse one time during your cruise, or you can go to the Italian twice because it costs half the price to go Italian. So you literally could do that. You could do, specialty dining twice on your cruise for the same that it would cost you to go once if you go to the steakhouse. So would you rather pay $48 at the steakhouse one time or go to the Italian restaurant, which costs $24 per person twice? So put either steakhouse or Italian with your choice. So Will says steakhouse, Kevin steakhouse, Mike steakhouse all the way, Yoli steakhouse, K-Dub steakhouse. Wow, this is a landslide victory here. Frankie steakhouse, Tim steakhouse, Cheryl steakhouse. Is anybody going to pick Italian? I thought there were some Italian lovers out there. Apparently not when it comes to the steakhouse. Joanne says steakhouse hands down. I'm Italian and cook Italian all the time. Don't have steak all the time. Well, that's a great explanation there. Adventures with Uncle Dave. I've been to the steakhouse. Never tried the Italian, so I'm going to sit this one out. Okay, that's cool. Oh, we got Italian from Crystal. So Crystal's going to get to eat twice. Say you get to eat twice, Crystal, for that Italian vote. You get 2 Italian dinners. Diane also, she says Italian with an exclamation point. Love it. We had T-Boat on the go with Steakhouse, Jason Steakhouse. Liz from Carnival Cruise Addicts. As a vegetarian, I say Cucina, but Chris will say Steakhouse. So that house is divided when it comes to that. But yeah, I did know that about Liz, that she was vegetarian. So that makes perfect sense. She's a big fan of Italian. Kimberly says Steakhouse. Controversial Cruising, Steakhouse. Get back to work, Scott. Scott from Controversial Cruising. He's at work here watching the show. No, I'm just kidding. You can stay watching. T-Boat on the go. Cucina is only fair Italian food. I think that's fair because T-Boat on the go, I would have to agree with you. I have gone to Cucina sometimes and it's been excellent, but I've gone a couple times and it's been like, okay, it was good, but, not like, oh my God, right? But I could say the same thing about the steakhouse. There's sometimes I've gone to the steakhouse and it's been, oh my God, good. And then there's other times I've been to the steakhouse. I'm like, yeah, it was good. It's really good, but not like amazing. And I love when I go, I think anybody does, right? Anybody loves when you go to eat and it's amazing. But you're not going to get that every time. Detroit Fitness Nerd says 18-ounce cowboy steak for half the price. I'm all for Fahrenheit Steakhouse for sure. No, actually, Detroit Fitness Nerd, You got it backwards. It would be half the price for the Italian, because the Italian only costs $24. The steakhouse is going to cost you $48. But I think your vote is for steakhouse anyway. But so we'll just go with that. But that's what I meant by that. Because if you do the specialty dining, if you go to Gigi's, for example, that's the Asian Chinese type restaurant, and they have some really good food there. It's $24 per person there for dinner, and the same thing with Cucina. Whereas the steakhouse is going to set you back about $50 a person, 48, something like that, 48, 49, something like that. They always seem to be raising the price a buck or two. Liz from Carnival Cruise Addicts, Cucina is better on the smaller ships versus XL. Oh, that's good to know. And Detroit Fitness Nerd says you're right. So, yeah, he's voting steakhouse regardless. And the cowboy steak, I either go with cowboy steak or spiced rub ribeye. Those are my two selections. I almost always get the lobster bisque. I get the smoked oysters quite often. When they had the bone marrow, that was another choice that I liked that was really good. So, yeah. We got BX Journeys checking in, and they say, I live near Little Italy in New York City. We have Italian food all the time. Believe it or not, it is hard to find good steak in the city. Some reason we enjoy it more on a cruise. Hey, that's another reason to cruise. So can't blame you there. Thank you for the comment, BX. And okay, yeah. And hello. Welcome to the show. All right, let's go to the next one. Oh, man, this is a tough one. I would abstain from this. So if we don't get a lot of votes because you don't want to, you've cruised with all of these cruise directors or cruised with 2 or 3 of them, and you don't want to pick one over the other. And no, you can't pick both. So it's got to be one vote. So this is a 3-way potential answer. These are my top 3 in no specific order here. We have Cookie, Lee Mason, or Kindle Fire. Those are your choices. Which cruise director do you want to cruise with on your next cruise? Would it be Cookie? And Lee Mason just got awarded Fleet Cruise Director, so you won't be cruising with Lee probably, but sometimes they fill in, for a week or 2 here. So you could. So Cookie, Lee Mason, or Kindle Fire, and Cookie's not even with the company right now. So some of you could argue, well, the only person that's possible is Kindle Fire. But I'm saying, if all 3 of those were available to be your cruise director, who would you choose? Okay, let's see what we got here. Yoli is a big Joey fan. Oh, Kendall might be jealous of that, Joey. I mean, Yoli. Say Yoli and Joey. Let's see. Liz says Lee. Will says Cookie. Kimberly, look at that. We got 1 vote for each, the first 3 people. Then Mandy, Ken, and Kevin all go Lee. So that makes it 4 to 1 and 1. Then Cheryl says Lee. 5, 6, 6 to 1. Kendall makes it 6-2-1. 6-2-2, I think, with Diane's vote for Cookie. 6-3-2, 3 for Kendall. Mike hasn't sailed with any of them. Crystal has not sailed with any of them. Detroit Fitness Nerds, by the way, Cookie responded to my wife, says he'll be on the Celebration with Leon this coming November. We Lions fans vote for Cookie. All right. I like that. I love Cookie. Cookie is just one of the most genuine human beings in this world. Kevin B., I did love Cookie, but have heard Lee is amazing. Yes and yes on both accounts. Jim B. John says Cookie. K-Deb, only been with Lee, but I'll choose Cookie. Oh, wow. Okay. So going with what you've heard about Cookie. And, I mean, you can't go wrong with either of them. So great choices there. Leon was fantastic. And, yes, Leon has really been making waves. And I have cruised with Leon, and he is definitely, one of the best as well. There's so many good cruise directors. The cruise director on, what is it? The Mardi Gras. What is it? The tall gentleman. What is his name? I've not cruised with him, but obviously he's one of the more respected if he's on the Mardi Gras. He's been like their main God, I don't know why that name's escaping me now. Maybe because I've had a couple shots. I don't know. Somebody help me out. Jackie, that's it. Mandy says Jackie Tang. That's it. That's who I was trying to think of. Thank you, Mandy. Thank you for helping me out there. K Deb was saying TJ. TJ has also been on there, but Jackie has been like the resident lately. And I've not gotten the opportunity to cruise. I hear that Jackie is great, and that's somebody I've not gotten the opportunity. I'm looking forward to Thanksgiving. How many of you out there have cruised with Georgia before? I've seen Georgia. I know Cruise Live TV. They're not here tonight, but I know they've cruised with her and thought she was really good. Has anybody else out there cruised with Georgia? This will be my first time with Georgia, and I'm looking forward to it. So, yeah, that's just curious how many people have cruised with Georgia and if you enjoyed her or not. All right, let's go to numbers 9 and 10. And then that's all we have for you tonight. So, all right. So I must say that I feel like this Lee wins. So Lee wins the cruise director, and it's fitting because he got awarded the fleet cruise director today. And that was announced officially. So he's winning everywhere. All right. So number 9 of the debatable decisions, sea day brunch versus formal night dinner. Sea day brunch versus formal night dinner. Now, sea day brunch, you don't have to dress up for. So that would be another reason to lean towards sea day brunch. But formal night has a really, really good menu, especially if it's the formal night that includes lobster. So, what are you choosing? Yeah, you could say brunch or dinner. So brunch, you're going sea day brunch. Dinner, you're going with the dinner, obviously. Mandy says dinner. Jason says brunch. So that's 1 and 1. Mike says formal. So 2-1. Then 2-2 with T-Boat on the go. Then 3-2 for sea day brunch with Fireball Steve. 3-3 with Ken. Kimberly makes it 4-3 dinner. Tim makes it 5-3 dinner. Yoli makes it 6-3 dinner. Controversial Cruising makes it 6-4. Aaron makes it 7-4 dinner. K Deb 8-4, but not for dressing up. Liz makes it 8-5 because she goes brunch. Then Cheryl makes it 9-5. Diane makes it 10-5. Crystal makes it 11-5. Will G makes it 12-5. And BX makes it 12-6 because they go brunch. Bruce makes it 13-6 because they go dinner. And Manny says, I've tried sea day brunch. It was the plated buffet food and wasn't fresh. You know what, Mandy? The brunch used to be amazing, and it has fallen off, in my opinion, a little bit, depending upon it varies cruise to cruise, ship to ship, sailing to sailing sometimes, honestly. But yeah, I mean, I've had so sea day brunches. I'd like to think they're a little bit better than the buffet, but yeah, I can't say you're wrong either because I've tasted it like that as well. Mike's got to run, one of our admins. Good night. Cheers. Happy cruising. Great to see you on here, Mike. Thanks for joining us. Liz from Carnival Cruise Addicts, they have scaled back the brunch. Yes, that is very true. Liz from Carnival Cruise Addicts. And go check out all of our channels checking in today. You see Bruce from Ocean Chava, Liz from Carnival Cruise Addicts. We have Cruise Life TV, Scott from Controversial Cruising, BX Journeys. I don't know if you have a channel. I know that it's one of the first times I've seen you on here. So if you do, go check out BX Journeys too. And anybody else that I haven't mentioned, go check them out as well. Dinner has it, says Tim. Okay, here is going to be our final one. These are itineraries, and BX Journeys does have a channel, so yeah, go check them out and support all of our favorite channels. And BX could be a new favorite channel of ours. We'll have to go check them out. I'll have to go check them out myself. All right, so here's your itinerary. You get to go on this itinerary. This is a good one, so listen up here. You get to go to Cozumel, Belize, and Belize, believe me, is far better if you go out on excursions. The port area, if you just go into that port area, you're going to think Belize is like, I don't want to go to Belize again. But if you go to like Goff's Cay, or you go to Shark Ray Alley, or you go do some snorkeling or something, I mean, it's beautiful. Okay, so Cozumel, Belize, and then Roatan. Those of you Little French Key fans or West Bay Beach, Roatan's got that beautiful man-made beach that Carnival makes there too. That's Mahogany Bay. So that's one of your itineraries. So it's either that itinerary or Aruba, enough said, Bonaire, and Curacao. So you can go, just put Cozumel or ABC. Cozumel or ABC. Those are your choices of itinerary. Which are you going to vote for? Will's the first vote with ABCs. K-Deb says ABCs. Kevin B says, I can't go snorkeling. A snack and sharks will want to eat me. Well, they're nurse sharks. The nurse sharks don't bite you. Jason, ABC. Liz, ABC. Look at everybody going ABC. I love Cozumel, though. Okay, thank you, Diane. Cozumel is amazing. That's like my favorite port overall. But when you bunch the itineraries together, I would take ABC. Tim is saying Belize, so he's counting the Cozumel deal there. But overwhelmingly, it seems ABC is the victor. Cozumel out of 3 is the safest, and the ABCs are the safest ever. Love Aruba. See, Joanne was following instructions today because I said, give your debate or reason why. And Joanne has done that a couple times. So yeah, definitely, Joanne. Thank you for that. And that about wraps us up. Like I said, I wanted to do kind of just a little fun show tonight because, there is a rather big debate. We don't talk politics on this show, and you should never talk politics on a cruise ship. Don't ever do that. So I won't start talking about it. But I do understand that there is a significant debate today that some of you will be interested in. I wanted to make sure that we got you out of here in time to check that out if that's something that you do choose to want to watch. But I do want to thank everybody, all the super chats we got today, Uncle Dan, Joanne, Detroit Fitness Nerd, and then all the support we got in terms of the comments. And as always, you all are amazing. If you could hit the like button, if you haven't done that already, and if you're not already subscribed, definitely do that. I would love to have you as part of the Coach Cruise family. Let's see. K-Dub is going to Cozumel in 2 weeks. What is your favorite thing to do in Cozumel? K-Dub, if you've never been to, what is the name of it? Oh my goodness, I'm drawing a blank now. It's this like sea. It's like this sandbar. El Cielo. That's what it's called. El Cielo. Look up El Cielo. ELCIELLO. Look that up. In El Cielo, you might have to go through a private vendor. But it's just breathtaking. They have little boats that'll take you out there. You can probably get a bigger boat too to take you out there as well. But usually they have like one snorkeling stop, then they take you to another stop where you see a bunch of starfish in the water. And then that's when the party begins. When they take you to El Cielo, it's like this waist deep sandbar, beautiful crystal clear blue water. You see stingrays just kind of swimming by every now and then. Most of the vendors will make you like homemade ceviche and guacamole and chips and everything. And then you'll sit out there drinking, Mexican beers and tequila and stuff like that. Just check on the particular vendor that you decide to go with, because some only give you a couple beers or whatever. So, and then some will let you bring like your own drinks on too, in addition to the couple beers that they give you. And then some are just unlimited. So you want to check out that. And Carnival even offered periodically that excursion. I don't know if they still do that. So you might want to check that out. But if not, go through a private vendor. And the other thing is, you can't go wrong with the all-inclusives. Mr. Sancho's is a big favorite of mine, along with Paradise Beach. Of the two of those all-inclusives, I lean towards Paradise Beach. It's a little less, in your face in terms of people trying to sell you stuff and things like that. You don't get as much of it there. It's a little more relaxing, and the food is just as great, and the drinks are just as great, and all that stuff. So yeah, that would be my recommendations on that. And let me see if there's any more comments. Will G said it for me. Thank you for that. Joanne said Paradise Beach as well. We're all thinking the same. Great minds. Let's see, TNT Adventures. Hey, Coach, Bartlett, Illinois. Oh, okay, there we go. We got Bartlett in the house. What's going on? Let's see. Mandy says, have a great week, everyone. And I agree with that. Have a great week. Enjoy the rest of the week, everybody. If you can, BX Journeys, we're definitely subscribed. We're sailing on the Utopia of the Seas on the 16th. When is your next cruise, Coach? Not sure if I missed it. I'm going on the Carnival Horizon, BX, and that is Thanksgiving. So that is my next cruise. You have an amazing time on Utopia of the Seas. I'm sure you will. Party on the Sea. Hello, Liz from Carnival Cruise Addicts. Yes, Party on the Sea. Hello to Liz and Chris. TNT Adventures to Sea. We love the excursion. Who was that? I'm missing out there. I must have lost something there, but Party on the Sea. Hey, Coach. And hey, everybody. And we're officially over an hour now. So again, I know a bunch of you are going to be jumping off here. I'm going to do the same and wish, like somebody said, have a great week, everybody. We will see you all next week. Take care and bye-bye. Thanks for joining. Happy cruising. Bye-bye.